After this, you're gonna know those fundamentals, so no matter where you are or what equipment you have, you can still make it work and record solid videos. So stay tuned. My name is Charles Thorpe, and I run a YouTube agency for doctors specifically. And last year in 2024, we got 65,000 subscribers for my main client, Dr. Paul Anderson. And we currently upload about 100 videos per month. On this channel, we talk all things YouTube, video, marketing. All right, let's dive in. So the first thing is, and you probably know this, but for video, the main thing you want to get right is lighting. Right now, I just have a lot of natural light coming in from the window. I'm a little blown out in the background, but it's okay. I'm recording on my phone. If you're set up in a studio, or usually if you want to get the most cinematic lighting on your face, you're going to get a key light right in front of you. And honestly, you don't need something that's super expensive. You can get a cheap key light set, and they have a light and they have this like white cover on the front, and it's going to soften the light, and then you just put it up and to the right at 45 degrees and have it pointing down in your face. And then that gets a nice like even cast on your face, and it casts some shadows. It looks very nice. It's not too expensive. You can also just set up next to the window and it's gonna look nice. What you usually want to avoid is overheads, because they come down and kind of give you the raccoon eyes. I think I probably got a little bit of that right now. And you don't want to be blown out in the background. You want the person in front to be nice and well exposed. But yeah, I mean, as you can see, it's maneuverable. You can make it work. Other points I would say for lighting is that you want to get the color right. So you might have a light box you get off Amazon or something. Often they'll have, or you want to get one that has multiple settings. It'll come with like yellow setting, blue setting, and then neutral. And I usually like to go with a neutral white. That generally makes the skin tones look better. And sometimes you can get the ring lights, a ring light versus the soft box with the big white cover on the front. And I would recommend a soft box rather than a ring light, because the ring light is a little bit harsher. It's a smaller light source, and it just looks a little worse on the skin. The soft box, really, it looks good. It looks better. But again, you can get away with setting up next to a window, or even using a lamp if it's the right color bulb. All right, number 2, and this is huge, is audio. And right now you can see I'm using this little DJI Mini. This thing is perfect. I love it just because you can go everywhere with it. It's so easy and simple. It's not necessarily the best for if you just want to clip it on the lapel. I found once we process the audio, it's not 100%. If I hold it right here, it's totally perfect. So you might look at the other, there's DJI Mic 2, or you can get, there's the like an Rode NTG, a couple of my doctors have, and you can stick it right out of frame like a shotgun microphone. There's also the Rode Mic Go's that plug into the phone or the camera that are a little bit farther away, or you can just get a lapel mic. I had the Zoom H1N, and then I hooked up a lapel right here. Those usually sound great. You want to make sure the audio is bumping between like -18 and -6 decibels. With something like this, I think it automatically kind of sets the audio fine. You can change the gain on the thing a little bit, but you also have to keep into account for audio that you want to get it as good as you can out the bat. So that really just means like usually get it as close to the mouth as possible and make sure the audio isn't clipping. If it goes too high, then you get the clipping. So make sure it records at the right level. But after that, once you get it into Premiere, or once you get it on the computer, you're going to be able to process it. So just go to adobepodcast.com. That's how we and my editors process it. And then Adobe Podcast is a great audio processing software. It's so easy. So you can just upload the file there and then download the new audio file, and your audio sounds great. You can also get a little bit fancy and start learning how to process audio inside Adobe Premiere and Adobe Audition. But that's definitely outside the scope of this video. I would say keep it simple. It's just like editing photos. You don't want to do too much either way, or it starts to sound weird. Keep it simple, do slight tweaks, and if you can, just have presets that you just slap on the audio file. It sounds good enough, upload it. That's why we love Adobe Podcast. All right, let's go finish out quickly with the last 3. We have background. Essentially, the main thing I look for is that you want some distance from the background. You just don't want to be straight up against the wall. It looks very flat. So this is nice. There's some things in the background. Make sure it's nice and tidy. And if you can, put some branding elements in there, a tree, bookshelf, whatever. Another cool tip is that to get some distance is shooting into a corner often is a good option. All right. Framing is number 4 for fundamentals of video. For studio setup or like recording a video like this, you can be set up in the center. You can also be slightly off. Remember, there's our rule of thirds. So you cut the video into thirds, like this and then this. And then for right now, my eyes are on the top third. If you want to get cinematic, you can put yourself on the third, but I would say usually go in the center, eyes on the top third, and then have some space between you and the top of the video. And that actually works for most video. If you're recording B-roll, if you're taking photos, those types of rules work for that as well. All right, number 5, and this is storytelling. I would also kind of equate this to your camera charisma, or how you flow and talk on camera. A couple tips for this. 1, remember that we're always kind of more in flow and more relaxed, or more kind of stuck in our head and stuck. So you can see that on a scale of 1 to 10. We actually get more in flow the more we record. So know that over time, you're gonna loosen up and you're gonna kind of sound better and more friendly the more you get into your video. So try and allow that relaxation and let the stress kind of fall away. Let your natural self come through. 2, prepare an outline. Do a simple outline. Do it with ChatGPT and then prep it a little bit beforehand. I like to keep my outlines really simple so I can just flow with it while I'm recording. And then 3 is you can imagine like you're talking to a friend or one of your clients. You want to take that authoritative, friendly tone. It's empathic, but it's also trying to help them as best you can. All right, here's a little bonus for video, especially if you're doing B-roll video and filming something other than just talking head video like this. You want movement. So if something's moving in the frame, like the object is kind of walking across, or if the object is stationary, you move like this. You go up and down, you parallax in and out, and then all of a sudden you're getting cinematic and, you know, we're getting fancy. Okay, cool. That is the 5 fundamentals of video you can take anywhere. If you're watching this video, you're probably interested in YouTube, and you might also be interested in this video. So go and check it out.